The builders of DayZ finally have a reason to rejoice. The DayZ community already hails you as basically gods. And in the DayZ Badlands update, your lives are gonna deservedly get a whole lot easier. Because while the DayZ community has been speculating on a new build system for quite a while now, Bohemia Interactive has finally released a trailer confirming all of our suspicions, and boy, I gotta tell you, it looks fan-frickin-tastic. Now, the developers state that having a base in Nasdara is going to be a significantly unique experience to having a base on any other DayZ map. So instead of just placing down modular fences with gates in the middle of an open field, you are also going to be able to rebuild and/or barricade a selection of houses in Nasdara. I mean, check out the clip. This guy's building roofs. This is what we've been talking about, survivors. This is what we've been waiting for. Now, the developers are justifying this choice by stating Nasdara is a disputed territory prone to armed conflicts, and that allows them to justify scattering some of these broken down structures throughout the entire terrain. And you know what? It does kind of make aesthetic and functional sense. There will be two types of houses you can rebuild in DayZ Badlands: mud houses and stone houses, all of which will have varying degrees of destruction and will thus need various degrees of repairs. There will be a variety of ways and materials you can use to restore a house, like wooden restoration, brick restoration. You can mix wood and sheet metals for windows and doors, and of course use brick walls to barricade a door. Luckily, it is not an either-or situation. You're going to be able to mix and match materials. And here we have the code lock, which is probably the most requested community item, and it makes sense to introduce it with Nasdara given the history and the setting of the land. Now, Bohemia Interactive is kind of hinting that the code lock is going to have a couple other uses on the map, but they are not saying much, and it is quite mysterious. Code lock can't be damaged if it is not attached to a door, so if it ends up damaged, you're going to need to repair it with an electronic kit, of course. And Bohemia Interactive states as long as it is attached to a door, the code lock should be indestructible. The new code locks also have a feature called brute force protection, so that other players cannot repeatedly guess the pin without any consequences. Now, this protection period starts after a certain amount of wrong attempts on the code lock, and at that point, the code lock will refuse any new entries by any would-be raiders. Which is completely unlike the current bike lock system, where you can brute force the code if you just stand there long enough jerking around with the lock. Now, I don't know about you, but I am incredibly excited for the new Badlands update, and I can't wait to explore Nasdara with you. Well, let's face it, I'll probably get popped off at the first water well. Hey, thank yous very much for watching. If you're still here, please hit subscribe. DayZ's still got content coming out a decade later, and Lord knows I'm going to be covering it. So if you're a wise guy, like I said, hit subscribe.